What an entrance. All right, cool. Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of The Mind of the Martyr. Nice to see you. Hope you're keeping all right. Hope you're doing okay. It is Monday. It is 6:15. It's okay. That's fine. We won't talk about it. PDT, and we are ready to rock and roll. It is episode 20, I believe. Already. That's kind of just dawned on me then. It's like, oh.
Just don't say it twice next to each other.
Yeah. Cursed.
Cursed number.
Yeah, we are ready to dive straight in here. Gonna go ahead and quickly touch on our sponsors. First sponsor I'm going to bring up is the wonderful folks at Grindin' Coffee. Their coffee is magnificent. The amount of flavors and varieties they have, as well as the fact that they also offer sample packs, it is just fantastic. They have some really interesting flavors. They have some really interesting different blends. And on top of that, they support a ridiculous amount of content creators in the community. They're wonderful folks. Everyone they go ahead and help out are also wonderful folks, and you can go ahead and throw in the code FWRD, I believe it is, for I will remember these one day, I promise. It's just mixed up. Yes, FWRD for 13% off of your order. We love them. I plan to be getting a whole big order once I move back to university. Yeah. They are magnificent. Go check them out. Second, folks, are the wonderful people at So Nerdware. They have a whole bunch of various different TTRPG-related clothing, dice, and other such miscellaneous stuff. They also have still Breedo's line of gear, which goes directly towards Black creators. So if you want to go ahead and support Breedo and support some Nerdware, go ahead and put in the code FRIENDS for 10% off your order there. The last one I'm going to hand over to Ty here for DM Emporium.
Hi everybody, happy Labor Day. I hope you got your day off because that's what you deserve. But speaking of days off, on your days off, you probably want to hang out, play some, TTRPGs with your friends and everything, and DM Emporium is there to help you do exactly that, but in ways that are fun and exciting, with new dice trays, a tunic to wear that just makes you feel a little bit there, even a Viking drinking horn if you can. There's those things to bring to the table that just really help that your off time and the time that you're involved in the story help you be all the way. So if you check them out and use the code FWRD, you get 10% off your order, and 10% goes to building this wonderful, beautiful community, Friends Who Roll Dice, and help support all these wonderful, beautiful people that you see around you. So definitely come and check us out, use that code, and help build the channel.
I'm trying to find my dice from DM Emporium. These are my Aaron dice. They're super pretty, super cute.
I'm also of the belief that every character deserves their own dice. Oh, look at this! This is beautiful.
The question is, though, are you the kind of player that retires that set, or do you go, oh no, I want to keep it for the memories?
I soft retire dice. I use them for if there's like a spell that uses a certain number of dice, but each of them has their specific character, and so that's why I have like 7 pairs of dice now, all metal, because I love metal dice. That weight of like that destiny moment in your hand, you can't compare. Like that's just me though.
Yeah. Absolutely. I don't have a set of metal dice yet, which is an absolute crime, but I'll get round to it. I promise at some point. Yeah. All right. A few basic things to plug before we do the big plugs at the end. Keep an eye on this space, as we are going to be doing a big fundraiser in October. We are doing another month-long fundraiser, including a big long stream at the end. We're super hyped. We're super excited. It's going to be a lot of work. I know some of the folks here are involved, and they are putting in a hell of a lot of work getting all of that sorted. So yeah, keep an eye here for that. Also, we've just updated some of our hosted streams in order to go ahead and promote some of our friends in the community that we've made across various different events. So yeah, check them out as well, because there's so many wonderful people that also deserve a whole bunch of views. So yeah, go ahead and support them too. That's all I really wanted to say. As long as anybody else has nothing else they want to plug real quick, we can go ahead and jump on in. All right. Cool. Jotra, what happened last episode?
Oh, so many things happened last time. So we did this amazing cook-off where we actually won. We created some. I made some of my famous. Well, it's fire beetle crab cakes, but it's similar to crab cakes, but delicious. I made a sandwich out of that. While Soup went ahead and made these amazing, delicious steaks, and Oren made an amazing soup to go with it. And then so we read those, and then we won. We won these amazing, beautiful crystal utensils, and Soup was showing me to them, and as I went to identify them, I touched one and it cut my finger, but it pulled all of the poison out of my blood. So we think they might cure poison and disease off of things that we could eat. So that's really cool. And then after that, we went to the library and we were looking around and we returned the book that Athenos stole. But we received another book in turn, which was a good trade. I hope anyway. I didn't really hear what was in the book because Soup's very secretive. But then we made our way over to Bo, our contact that we were told to kind of check out for getting out of the fire plane. And Bo is he's like this tall dwarf with a round face and like super crazy hair and bushy eyebrows. But he looks like his face has been broken a few times and healed back together. He's in a rough spot. We found out he's a writer though. He wrote the book Orbit, and he's made this book so many times and he has hundreds of copies of it. And apparently he sometimes uses the pen name Opal Darrell and is known as the Raven inside of the criminal organization known as the Nest. We found out more about the Nest, including that the symbols with the A and the wings that we've been constantly getting, consistently, I should say, as known the mark of the albatross. The albatross is this figure dressed in all white, who we saw Athenos and Ishtan talking to before they were whisked away into. But we found out that the Nest has a hub in every city in Veka. But they need some magic to separate them from the Magic Carnum, and it's all sorts of crazy things. And we also found out that Bo somehow has access to Sai's touch, as he lit his hands on fire and said some things to Oren that are like basically like, "Hey, we're bros, right?" And it was weird. And then
he's a total asshole.
He's a total asshole. And then things got very strange as we were leaving the house of Bo, and we kind of went into an alley, and I was like, you know what? I heard about Oren has this thing. It's like this cone, but Aridin said when she identified it, nothing was there, and when I tried to identify it, it also nothing there. So I had the crazy, terrible idea of taking the opal that is in Kalamos and this thing I know is magic, but they told me wasn't and told me to forget about. I put it with the cone, them together, and they like magnetized. They pulled so hard, and I was like, "Oh crap!" And I tried really hard to pull them apart. I just barely was able to pull them separate. But as I did, the opal cracked, and as I went to look at it, the crack opened, and inside I found a Deichrist. A Deichrist is like half of a god used for creation inside of this opal that I knew was magic. I knew it was. And then another word appeared on the cone for Oren, and that's kind of where we left off.
Indeed. The part that was missed, however, was the fact that two of our party are not currently with the party. During the cook-off, yes, during the cook-off, they were whisked away by a well-dressed figure. Why not? We'll address that straight away. Athenos. You find yourself in a beautifully overcrowded room. This place is lined with various different kinds of relics, artifacts. You've seen a few rooms like these before, but none to the point where it looks like It almost looks like a junk sale at a thrift store. Like, this thing is covered. As you kind of get your bearings and the teleportation magic comes to an end, the figure that took you takes a few steps forward and sits on a platinum throne just in front of you. They are rather tall, with this kind of beautiful gown that, as they lift their arms, this silken cape outstretches these beautiful patterns, almost like feathers, underneath. And as they take a seat, and they grab a small drink. So let's get to the chase.
I'd appreciate that. Are you not going to offer me a drink?
As he clicks his fingers, the small platter rises and floats over to you. There's a few drinks on it.
Thank you. So
Ishchin stands behind you, but is hesitant, hand ready on her glaive.
yeah, I'll just take a sip. So, the chase. Cut into it. What's happening?
You did me a favor many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to do you one in turn. They take another sip. I know where she is.
Where who is?
Your captain.
I think if the platter's still there, he places the glass back down. Okay, where is she? Is she safe?
She is safe. In fact, she came to me. They kind of cross their arms. Brave, really. She's a ways away, in the country of Salia.
Do I know
She's
where
been-
Salia is?
So Salia is on one of the opposing continents of Vega.
Okay.
It's kind of trying to judge by like time. It's a travel away, probably 2-3 weeks by boat
Okay.
across the ocean, from the top of the continent you're currently on over to the top of the next continent.
Okay.
Salia is kind of known as one of the main port towns, so chances are you've probably done some business there before.
Okay.
And as they sit back into their chair, they just say, "You've treated me with respect, I'll treat you in kind." She seems to be hunting for something. She was gathering another crew. I think she might be going for the wreck of your previous ship.
Yeah, that sounds like something she would do. You said she came to you for what exactly?
She came to me to get to you. She thought I would have the connections.
And but you do. We've been getting letters from you. What did you tell her?
I simply told her that I was keeping track of the group you were running with. That I had a bigger plan in play. And then she made me a deal.
And that was?
She offered to give me whatever was inside that wreck. In return, you would be removed from that deal.
Okay, I have a few questions about that, but I'm gonna rewind a bit. Wreck. What happened to my ship?
Do you remember what happened after you were thrown overboard?
No, I just woke up on a beach, barely alive. What happened?
The crew that were left over from your little altercation didn't fare too well when they ran into a local patrol. The majority of the crew still do live, if that's your concern. The ship itself, unfortunately, was lost.
Oh yeah, I would have preferred the crew members being lost, if I'll be honest. I guess that means I can deal with that myself, at the very least. But damn, that was a good ship. Okay. Okay, fast forward a bit more now. I was at least part of your greater plan, right?
You were indeed.
Can I ask what exactly that plan was?
I have reliable sources telling me that something is coming. I unfortunately don't know the details, but I know it's big. And I know that everything is going to be affected by this. Everything. With the fools trying to run their countries as best they can, their kingdoms being ruined. Well, I mean, just look at the last one you visited.
Yeah.
There's no way that they're going to be able to handle anything. Ironically, the Nest is the most organized anyone is in Vega. I cannot act directly, as I'm sure you can imagine. However, if I can go ahead and deal with everything under the table, well, I'd rather my life not end. I have more profit to make.
Well, that kind of answers the question I was about to come after that. And what was Dahlia's part of the deal? What did she have to do for you to take me out of this greater plan you had?
Me and Dahlia spoke for a few days on the terms. We boiled it down to something quite simple. Dahlia gets me whatever is at the bottom of that wreck. In return, I give you a new ship. I take you out of the plan.
What do you want in our ship? That you don't have already, at least. You're sitting on a fucking golden throne.
Indeed. And he kind of points to you. That creature that saved you probably left his mark on the boat. Or at least that is what I would hope. And if I can, then I can control him. I can get rid of him.
That creature. What do you mean?
My people have seen the marks. We're not fools. Information travels fast. Disappearing airships. Random lava tentacles sprouting in the middle of a forbidden wasteland. I have no interest in your part in this, Athenos. I will be honest with you. You're a free man. You are allowed to do as you wish.
What exactly? So you think you can control a primordial being?
I know that I have to try.
Well, good luck, I guess. I'm sure as hell not want to stop you. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but I will at least give you the heads up that I think he said three goddesses have been trying to tame this primordial being to some extent, and they've struggled. So, no offense, but I don't know what a feather wearing, I don't know, throne owning person is going to do that they haven't already done. They're trees. You might end up becoming a lava sapling or something. I don't know.
I appreciate the warning, Athenos. I truly do.
Just thought I'd give you the heads up. I guess you're technically doing me a favor here.
I'm doing Dahlia a deal. It just so happened that you were a part of it.
Well, I appreciate that. But is there anything I need to do on my end?
There's a click of their fingers again. As a small pouch floats in front of you. 100 platinum pieces. Grab some supplies.
Okay.
Grab some men. Say the word, you'll be brought straight to Dahlia. I will send you back in order to gather people and say your goodbyes. Do whatever you have to do. Then you tell me exactly what you need, or exactly where you need to go. If you wish to go straight to Dahlia, I can send you there. You may carry on her mission with you. And I believe she said something about picking up a few stragglers from your escapade.
Stragglers? Did people survive?
She didn't go into details.
The non-mutinous ones, at least, did they? Any of them survive?
She said she had a few other survivors. Who, I could not tell you.
I think I know.
One of the few things I don't know.
Okay. I appreciate the platinum. Just a word of advice. If you're going to leave letters, can they just be a little less obscure?
My dear Athenos, where's the fun in that?
I mean, it's actually a lot more fun if we understand what's going on.
For you, perhaps.
Oh, okay. You're one of those kind of players. Yeah. I don't want to play in a game with you if that's how. Okay. Next time, if you're gonna recruit me, at least be a bit more upfront. I'm not a reading person.
They rise up from their chair as this feather-like cloak begins to recede backwards. They take a few steps forward before holding out a white-gloved hand. Agreed.
Thank you. and extend a hand and shake it.
There's just one solid movement as they let go. Is that all you need to know?
I think so. Yeah. Just
Very well.
this mark that they might have left on my ship. Better hope it doesn't hurt Dahlia or anything happen to her because of this, because I will hunt you down.
I wouldn't expect you any other way, Athenos. You are loyal.
I think it's more like I'm petty.
I don't see why they can't be one and the same in this instance. Very well. They clasp their hands together and begin creating this bright white sigil. As it begins to expand around you, there's another flash. You and Ishton find yourselves in the middle of a bustling market district. You see the stage where this competition took place beginning to pack down. The area now filled more with actual customers rather than people looking for freebies. Ishton kind of nods towards you.
Sorry you got dragged into that.
I would not expect any less.
God, I can't wait to see Dahlia again.
It is good for you.
Well, I mean, looks like we missed the show. Where did they go?
Ishton takes a quick look around. I do not know.
I mean, I can like hold up the bag of platinum. I've got some shopping to do, I guess. I'm gonna do that. Wanna come with?
Of course.
Yeah, I guess just start searching around for store stuff.
You can go ahead and spend some time here. You're wandering around. You were asked to gather a few men as well, so you kind of go around and grab a little merry band across a few hours worth of time, as well as some fresh equipment for both them and yourself. There is a quick discussion between Ishton and yourself about whether Ishton would be coming along. It's kind of agreed that as your huntmate, neither of you would want to abandon each other. There's a little more shopping as we flip over to the rest of the party after this disaster has happened.
I didn't know what to do. Sorry. I didn't.
Jojo.
What?
Look at me.
I did it, but I didn't do it. It wasn't my fault. I mean, it was my fault. It was all
It's
oh my
okay.
god, it's all my fault.
I take Jojo's hands again, just like I did on the ship.
And you, in one of his, he still has that like this rainbow day of Kristen. He's like, as you has his hands, he like kind of holds yours, and then he puts it in between both of his hands and your hands in between of all of it, so like the bits of potential and are flowing out between the and he's kind of like almost holding it with your hands in between his hands and yours. He's like, don't, this is big, this is big, this
Deep
is
breath,
really big.
deep breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is
Okay.
This is potential we hold in our hands together. Potential. It's too much. Don't know if it's a day Christ, and it's almost certainly a day Christ. I've never heard of anything that has all of these tapes in all in front of you. You can feel it, right? You can feel it.
You can.
What do we do with this? This is so much responsibility. There's so much to do. Is it do we use it for good? Do we use it for our own ends? Do we just pretend like it doesn't exist and let the world continue? I don't know what to do with this. Is too much. This is too much for me. I don't.
Well, we know why they're after you and why they want this.
Yeah, I mean, if they just think it's an opal and just because of my foolishness of taking it, what if they don't know what this is? What if they do know? What if they do know? They'll never let me run away. They'll never let me hide. This is huge. This is big. This is really big.
So, look at me. We don't have to figure it out right now.
Okay.
We could put this on hold. It's okay.
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 You should put it back in Calamos.
I'm going to take one of my hands off. I'm still holding with one hand. I'm going to reach to a pouch that's on my hip. It's probably my coin purse. I'm going to dump the coins into my backpack so they're just loose. I'm going to take the pouch. I'll open it.
I can put it back in. You can put it back in Calamos. That's where it was hiding before. And he kind of he puts his hands so it's just two hands together, yours in over the top of his holding the bottom, and then he's gonna pull his wrist up where the form of Calamos back still open where he pulled the opal out. He's like, okay. He's gonna tip it, and he's gonna kind of not push your hand, but just move his hand. And if you resist, he won't. But if you go with him, it will. If you go with him, it'll push back into the heart of Calamos, and Calamos' back will snap shut, and then it'll still be in his hand, and he's gonna take a look at his wrist where this amazing amulet where Calamos is wrapped around. Is Calamos any different with the insertion of the wrist?
As you go ahead and kind of press it back in, and the mechanism locks around into place, you watch as there's a slight sputter of wings, and then again, as Calamos pops back up. Doesn't seem to be any noticeable difference.
Wonder if he was powered by the crystal the whole time.
Well, normally they only need a precious gem to power them, but a day crest would be a little overkill. But I don't see why it wouldn't work. How do you gonna flick his wrist and pops out so it has free control of themselves? How do you feel, Calamos? You feel different? Hey.
You watch as Calamos kind of begins to twist his wings around and just kind of readjust his body. You can hear a few clicks of the mechanisms underneath as just kind of begins to get that range of movement back.
Okay. You're the perfect disguise. No one would hopefully think that anybody would be dumb enough to put a day crest in you. Okay, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Go back. And flick it back under his wrist and kind of look up.
Orange soup. Have either of you heard anything about these things?
Sip just looks at Oren like,
No, I don't think Oren would have ever heard of a Deichrist. I mean, maybe, I don't know, can I see?
You can roll the history check. We'll see. Soup definitely can as well.
Oh, with that
okay.
roll it ain't. 6. Oren don't know shit.
Soup may have heard something. That's a 29.
Holy hell! 29.
History. Soup's good at it.
Oh, doesn't Soup have like a +10? Whew.
So
I'm
Soup.
proficient in history too.
So we'll go with Oren actually. Oren, you have studied deities of some description. You have a basic grasp of what they are, but you've never looked into it into detail. You've instead looked at the actual deity themselves or the primordial being themselves, and that was the focus of the Crimson Wood, whereas the Deichrist associated with quote-unquote gods is a little less covered during your education at the monastery. Soup. During your time reading in the libraries, you have definitely stumbled upon Deichrist. Essentially, there are two underlying energies of the world. When those energies are kind of believed by an individual to be a god, that god is created. And when that god is created, you have the god itself. The energy coalesces into the god and the Deichrist. One can exist without the other. So some gods do not have Deichrist. They have been destroyed in the past for various different reasons. Some Deichrist do not have gods. It is all about if there is a group of people that believe that God exists hard enough, then it'll exist. And that's when the creation of this creature comes into play.
I'm trying to think of how Soup would process that information. Okay. What did you ask, Jojo?
Oh, so do you guys know anything about, like, hey, Chris, or anything? I'm a bit out of my depth.
I haven't read anything about it.
A little bit. Not sure what you did there.
I
Thought
don't
I
know
was
either.
tasting colors for a second.
That wasn't just me. Okay, good. But it was in the opal, and now it's just a Deichrist, and now I put it in Calamos, and I don't know if he'll explode, but he's doing okay for now.
I mean, maybe it's one of them. Seems kind of weird that you'd have one, but look like that one ain't got no god to it.
You tell. Wait. Oh my god, I think it might be Katsuo God. Does anybody know anything about religion? And he kind of looks at it, and he kind of like, he pops open the back and sees if he can, he's looking at it, and he's just trying to identify like any like colors or any like particular way it seems to be inclined, and he's just gonna stare at it for a second, trying to absorb anything about it.
So it's a very small slither. Clearly kind of broken off of something far bigger. It constantly cascades with a rainbow of different colors, constantly moving, waving, and whirling around it itself, almost as if whatever is held inside is alive. Sorry, you were going to say, Aridin?
Would it be possible for me to make a check if I were to try to remember? Disadvantage? Triple disadvantage? I don't know how amnesia works, because like if you forget like your life memories, but like you still know how to talk and how to walk, like
there's like retrograde amnesia, and the opposite of that, which I can't remember, is where
antigrade?
I can't remember. There's one where you can't remember anything past the incident that caused it. I mean, beyond the internet calls, and there's another type of amnesia where you can't make new memories. But usually you remember basic stuff, like if you gave someone who had amnesia a pen and told them to write a signature, muscle memory will take over and they'll be able to write it even though they might not know what their name is. So I think it just depends on how intense amnesia is.
Yeah, you've probably encountered
You've
enough
played a character with amnesia
during.
before, haven't you?
I took psychology. I
awesome.
studied psychology and I remember
That's
some
even
of it.
better.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Sad part is I also did. I forgot. We learned about other parts of like memory though. So like, I have a lot of like other.
Speaking of
information.
memory, things we retain.
Yeah. So you would know basics. You wouldn't know anything in depth.
Okay.
It's one of those things that's just kind of like, it's the building block of this world, so to speak. So it's like it's something that you would remember at least in passing.
Okay.
Don't think on it too hard. Might make something.
Like looks
Wait,
real
what?
big at you.
What do you mean? Ooh,
What? What's interesting? Look over his shoulder.
Make something with it. You don't think I could? Jotra's going to
Oh
focus
God.
as hard as he can
No.
into the crystal to try to recreate its opal shell around it while the back of Calvin, and see if he can pull upon it, put it back inside the opal shell, and see what happens.
Okay. Are you trying to do this through willpower, or are you pumping magic into it to try and?
He's gonna try just straight willpower at first. If it doesn't seem like it's working, he's gonna push a level 1 spell slot. Oh no, he's not. He's out of spell slots. No, I have one level 2 spell slot, so he's gonna try to push that level 2 spell slot.
Okay. So sorry, Cole's face just got me for a second. I just.
It's my face. It's my face.
I just feel like that's like I feel like level 1 is like, you know, like the
Oh, yeah.
that's a spell, and I just feel like level 2 is just like that's more.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm sure
Good.
this is fine.
Everything's cool. We're cool here. How are
All
you?
right. To do list, roll new character. Okay, got it.
So what's your wisdom modifier?
Wisdom.
Yes.
It was a -1.
Okay.
This is gonna.
So you're
go
going
well.
ahead and pushing and concentrating your entire kind of willpower into this. Like, you see as Jotra almost begins to vibrate just with the... Nothing happens.
Careful, you gonna mess your britches.
I mean, it's a possibility. And then he's gonna try to dump that second level spell slot into it and see what happens.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Okay, it's not the worst it could be. It's 12 plus 6, 18. Efficient knows.
Know what he's doing.
I don't.
I have
He's
no
rolling.
idea.
He's rolling dice. He's rolling
Oh
dice.
no!
You take 42 points of radiant damage.
Oh!
Oh!
As you watch as the magic pulses into the crystal immediately pulses back with this rainbow wave of energy that ripples across Jotra and fries him.
Jotra has literally 1 hit point left. I just want everybody to know that. I have 43 hit points maximum. So, that's Jotra's... It's dangerous. It's so dangerous.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so the minute that happens,
I
Aaron's
imagine
going
Jotra
to-
coughs up some blood.
Oh.
This energy cascade almost is vast. A huge amount of light is immediately let off as different colors of energy almost seem to pulse and wisp in the air, almost rising up to meet it. Athenos, as you're shopping away, you kind of begin to finish up what you're doing. You hear this rumble. And as you turn, you see this huge blast of light quite a distance away through the town.
I imagine the scream of Jotra taking 42 points of radiant damage is accompanying that.
Would I hear that though? How far away is it? Would I hear it? Oh shit. Have I like gathered like merry men? Like where are they gonna come with me? Like I was gonna.
You've gathered a band of folks who will wait in the market district for your word.
Okay.
The individual who was clad in the white has begun to make themselves blend into the crowd. So they are also hanging around the market district.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna run to the explosion. And if it seems like I'm assuming the person in white who's now blended in, if they're following, can I see if I can keep an eye on them? So like, because if he follows, I just want to know that they're following, and yeah, I
Okay.
just want to be able to keep an eye on them as I'm going.
So you would have told the men to wait here while you went ahead and finished up the shopping. The white-clad individual does not follow you.
Okay.
They are just going to go ahead and keep mingling with the crowd.
Yeah. So yeah, I hand the platinum. I just hand the platinum to one of them and like, I know how much platinum is in there. Buy the supplies. If there's any less in there, I will kill you. Okay, go. And I'm gonna run to the explosion.
The one you handed it to, their face drops, and you just watch as someone elbows into the back of the head. Just goes, see, he'll kill you.
That's such a pirate thing. I feel like that just makes sense. I would.
We
like
zone
to
back
just-
in to the 42 points of Jotra damage.
Jotra damage. Eridan's hands are on his shoulder immediately as I cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level for 14 points of healing.
Crystal from him.
It doesn't like magic
And
when
give
you
it to
put magic.
Oren.
What did you just do?
I tried to put magic into it and it exploded really badly. And it just... He just like pulls his head up and he closes the back of Calamos. Hold on a second. Like my body was on fire. It hurt.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast it at 2nd level again. Just because
Jotra, roll the d4 for me.
11, 12. 12, another 12 before you roll that.
So we're up to 27 points of health, and that is 2.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know what that means, but I hate
I
it.
don't either.
I'm holding onto my desk, holding onto the desk.
As you're doing this, you close back up Calamos. You feel that cure wounds across, and just that relieving wave of healing energy. You feel something underneath that gauntlet. Almost as if something has been charred into your skin underneath.
The cal up in leather. Look.
Peering over his
It's a
shoulder.
little, to save the gruesome details, it's a little tricky to pull off. You have to be quite slow. It's a little painful, but as you kind of begin to take it off, you see a symbol that has been carved, essentially scorched into your wrist from that. The symbol appears to be... Sorry. Thank you. The symbol appears to be an easel. And as you look, it's actually kind of detailed. It appears to be this easel that is placed very deliberately, face on. There appears to be an individual sat to the side, painting away on this easel. Both the easel and the individual itself are covered with various different arcane runes. Some of them you recognize, some of them you do not.
I think it's safe to say there was a god in there.
God. Or that god. Or whichever god. A religion check? To see if I recognize a god that might be concerned with these.
Elfie.
It's a Elfie. Elfie is a god now.
Ooh, 21?
Okay, that's good enough. This symbol is the symbol of a god called Wavinlia.
Hmm?
His common name is the Architect. He is the deity of the natural arcane, love, beauty, and art. He is one of the older gods worshipped in Baker, having existed since before historic records began.
Okay. Alright, so at least it's a god of beauty and art and stuff. It's a... Spell that god name for me. I tried to get it, but I don't think I did. I tried
That's
really
okay.
hard.
That's okay. I'll throw it out. Wavinlio.
Wavinlio. Okay, I have
Wavinlio.
Wavinlio.
We need to have a
Put a
chat
D in there
about
for me.
these names that you keep picking.
They're
They're
fair.
amazing, and you should.
They are real world languages meshed together.
We need to have a
That's-
chat
that's
about. I said what I said.
Yeah, Wavinlio, otherwise known as the Architect.
So it's the sign of Wavinlio, the architect. But it's a good god of like love and beauty, and one of the older gods before like history started. So I mean, it could be worse. Are there any temples left? Does anybody know of a temple of Wavinlio?
I'm sure that we could find one. Looking over to Soup and Orin.
And Sutra's gonna pull up his hand and show everybody the symbol so they can see it very obviously.
What does that?
We heard you, but you want to find a temple for him.
I mean, you know, maybe they might know why they would have a day of Christ or what. Like, no, I can't ask him about it because they'll want. Well, maybe I can ask him about it and say I'm looking for the day of Christ. I don't know. I don't have anything else but what's burned into my freaking arm.
Right, maybe we can get rid of it.
Wait, what? Get rid of it. You know how to
How do
get
you
rid of
propose
burns?
we do that?
I mean, there's probably a salve or
Okay.
something we could get that would
Okay,
stop the scarring.
okay. We could try that. That's a
Do you
good
feel any different? Like, do you feel like you were marked by magic, or is it just a burn?
thought.
Is it like signature of the crystal?
Jotra's gonna look deep inside, and being out of spell slots and anything to try, he's going to
Think really hard.
well, no, he's gonna pull some like bits of stuff out of his bag. You know what? He has some rocks from Sispy. He's gonna pull out those rocks, and he's going to like kind of cast mending to see if he can pull those rocks back together and see if they pull together and see if if the magic feels any different, and try to observe the changes in his spell casting with this new mark.
Okay. You go ahead and cast mending as best you can on these stones. Doesn't feel any different to you when you're casting.
I mean, everything seems the same. Seems okay. So I didn't lose anything, at least, I guess. I hope. I'm gonna put those rocks back. Apologize. Right back. I'm so sorry. everybody.
It's probably about now.
1 second, I promise. So just 1 second.
It is probably about now that you hear 2 sets of footsteps. Anyway, there's footsteps coming from the direction of the market district, and as a corner turns, you see Athenos and Ishtin coming up, and then behind, you hear the footsteps of a small dwarf dragging himself out and just kind of stunned, still rubbing his eyes at the light show.
Wait, a dwarf?
Yeah, it's Bo. You haven't met Bo yet.
Okay.
They're outside Bo's house still, which I think they may have forgotten.
He definitely did. Yes. Yes, of course.
Yeah, so I think the moment I hear someone running behind me, I spin around with my gun pointed at them, or pistol pointed at them. Who the fuck are you? Did you have anything to do with that light show?
No. Blinded me though.
No, that
Okay.
was probably us.
Okay, what happened? Did you,
Um,
first of all, the important thing, did you guys win the contest, and what did you win?
Soup hugs Athenos' leg briefly for a moment, and then it's like he looks up and he lets him go.
Good to see you.
It was good. It's good to see you too.
Thought you might be dead.
Oh
Got some-
no!
I got some cool stuff.
He like, pulls out the crystal like blades and stuff.
I'm back. I'm sorry. What happened?
So you won
So-
cooking. You
Soup hugged Athenos. And Bo's back.
I take out
As
poison, I think.
So basically, he's useless.
no, they
Maybe to you.
Yeah, literally to me, it's useless. I don't get poison. I can't eat anything.
Oh, yeah, that's yep. No,
Sounds
no,
really
they're
nice.
just cooking utensils to you.
Oh,
He looks
okay.
offended and just puts him away. He's like,
I thought it was going to be gold or something like that. I guess we can probably sell them for gold. I don't know. Anyway,
so
what happened?
Where the hell have you been?
oh, I was just talking to a friend. Can we talk about the explosion that happened?
No, it's fine.
I saw that from the other
Um,
side of town. What happened?
We should
Explosion, what did-
probably talk about it not here.
And
You saw
also,
that
who's
from where?
that? Who's
Oh.
that?
Just the other side of town. I'm sure that's fine.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Bo
Bo.
just kind of
That's
points
Nursen's
towards.
contact.
Bo just points towards his house, just rolls his eyes.
Okay.
Oh, did you mess up another manuscript?
Burn.
Sorry, had to ask.
Damn, Eridan, what did I miss?
I ain't saying nothing
why?
around that guy.
Aridin and this guy do not get along. They're not friends.
He's
It's all about it.
informant.
Like, whoa, damn. Spicy, okay.
So this is
Aridin can be spicy.
oh yes.
Aridin could be spicy sometimes.
This is Bo. He is the man that Nurthen told us to see about getting back to the material plane.
Mm-hmm.
Quite an
Still,
asshole.
still owes us that favor. Don't forget.
I just
Darn.
turned to Bo like, God damn, you must have done something awful to get on their bad side.
He he's an author. He's okay. He's trying to write a book called Orbit. Hi, Athenos. And Judge is gonna run over and kind of like give you a small hug. And since he's like 3
okay,
feet,
we're
you're
all
like
hugging.
6'2", he's
We're
like
all hugging. Okay,
and
then. Yeah.
As he hugs you, he's gonna be like, "Did you want to, but I did." And then he's gonna let go and kind of roll back over to Bo's house before you can say anything.
No, Jojo, we should go.
long wasn't I just gone for like an hour? What happened?
You were gone though. Erden said you were coming back, and I panicked. It's not my fault.
You were gone for a hot minute. Yeah, it was definitely longer than that.
Okay, yeah, let's go inside. And yeah, I think I'll give you, I guess, what happened for when I was gone, and you can tell me what happened
Yes.
just a second ago.
Excellent. We should not go inside. We should go talk just amongst ourselves and not with him.
We really don't trust this. He's the person going to be sent us to another plane. Why are we going with someone that neither of you want to even go to the same
Because-
house with?
Because Nathan will take care of him if he doesn't do.
He's got an
He's
obligation,
in-
but he's also part of the nest.
He's also got. He's kind of up to his ears in not good things. So, shall we now?
You know, considering my height, that's not a lot.
Considering
I'm
my
taller
height,
than
that's
you.
a lot.
But Bo, I've been here for like 5 minutes and I really don't like you, so you probably should.
Off you go to write your 500th version of the same book.
I'm interested in the book, by the way. I have an extra copy.
He growls, steps inside, slams the door. Just as you're about to resume the conversation, you hear the shattering of glass as flying out of the window is another copy of Orbit that just scatters across the ground.
As he's walking,
Can I try
where's
to catch
the
it?
where's the sun positioned as he's walking back?
There is no sun, it's 5 o'clock.
Right, but can he see his shadow?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my dagger and pull the same trick just to remind him. Just to remind him. I pull out my dagger and his shadow also has a dagger.
Can I try to catch the book as it flies through the glass?
Sure. Now you're not at 1 HP and you might die from book.
No, I got healed twice, so I feel
that's
confident in trying.
God.
I assume a dexterity saving throw.
Being a wizard healer is
We'll make it a dex check.
real
We'll make it a dex
stressful,
check.
y'all. It's real stressful.
Okay, not terrible, not the best. No, that's terrible. That's a 9.
No, that's terrible. Ugh.
You go ahead and kind of you run over, you jump, you catch it, and you do that thing in cartoons where like the force of motion doesn't stop. So you catch it and then just carry on a little bit and kind of skitter just on your backside, just
Okay.
You've just skidded across it's been healed, but it's still kind of like slightly burned as well. So it's like, that's like, yeah, that's carpet burn right there. Like,
Are you okay?
Shit though.
I will be.
Oh boy.
This is
What is
just
that
not
book
your
about
day.
anyway?
So-
didn't be it's mine for a
Let's find a nice quiet room
Yeah,
in a bar.
Yes. Yes. We're gonna go find some place to talk.
All right. You go ahead and wander a little while before you hit up one of the local inns. There's not really a tavern nearby, but there's definitely an inn nearby. It's more, as you walk inside, it's more of a hostel. There's a lot of people kind of gathered around, but it's very clear that there are communal areas and then there are private areas. You go ahead and walk up. They let you know that it'll be 3 silver for a room.
can I just retcon and say I brought a platinum from that bag of platinum?
Yeah, you can if you want.
Yeah, so I was
absolutely.
just put a platinum on the table and was like, yeah, okay, cool. And just walk in.
And his
Uh,
eyes just kind of bites it just to make sure it's real, and then stashes it away. First door on the left. You can go ahead and head upstairs.
There's no change from that.
it's not my money, so I don't really care.
Hey, you saw it as a gift. He's just like, if they're not asking for change, I'm not giving it.
I would definitely probably ask for alcohol, though.
That's literally like a month's worth of work for him.
Well,
like-
yeah, but it's not like
Keep it coming.
Yeah, I'll be like,
Richard.
I get a platinum and I'll be like, yeah, just keep the alcohol coming.
He nods and just he just slides you over a keg and a few cups.
Gertrude
He knows your mean
We
business.
get-
He's just like, there you go.
as we get into the room, came into some money.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I did explain it first.
Okay.
Right before the cooking competition, which turned out to be a waste of time because he even win gold. The A, I'm assuming it's A. Very extravagantly dressed person approached me and Ishton and said that we needed to talk. I said sure and got teleported, I guess. Not entirely sure where, but it was just as gaudy as the clothing that person was wearing. I kind of just like look at everyone. You know, long story short, I'm gonna be leaving soon, most likely today. They know where my captain is, and I want to see her again. I haven't seen her in months already, and one, I'm worried because she gets herself into a lot of trouble, but also she's my captain. There was a whole deal that she struck with this person who I'm assuming is A, because he seemed to very gladly accept that his letters were very obscure. So I'm pretty sure it's A. I guess the details probably are important to you. I lost my crew, at least my ship, because of a mutiny. I got thrown over and saved by who we now know is the core snake. And I just like point at my branding. Apparently in the process of saving me, they might have marked something or someone, I don't know, on the ship, and A wants that. So he struck a deal with Dahlia saying that if she gets whatever that thing is, I'll be cut loose from this contract I don't remember signing in the first place with A. He's gonna give they gave me the platinum. I don't have it. Some of the people I recently actually hired, they have it right now, but they gave me the platinum to buy supplies, pay some people to help me on our travels. And yeah, this is probably the last night I'm gonna be with you guys. Ishton is she said she'll come along with me too.
Oh. I mean, that's great. Because you were looking for her. She's clearly important to you. And you guys will be reunited again. That's That's best case scenario.
Yeah.
don't have to worry about turning into a lava steak anymore. Good.
I mean, that is still a thing I need to think about. Honestly, I don't think leaving you guys is going to stop the fact that I'm unfortunately intrinsically tied to this thing.
Well, we don't know where your journeys are going to take you, but Jotra and I can keep looking into that.
Yeah, we can figure it out.
I'm
You send you
sure
letters?
with all the money, and with all the money you have, I'm sure you could find someone to send a sending spell to us if
Yeah.
you ever needed
Yeah.
that. We
I
would,
honestly really appreciate that.
we would do that for you. Yeah.
Jotra kind of picks. It's holding her, pull up and like does like cuddle. Like, yeah, and I'm sure like you guys will be fine. You guys have each other to look out for. And we're here for information. I don't know. I know I. need
Jotra, I'll
some-
miss you too.
I'm really gonna miss you, both of you. I'm gonna miss you a lot. And he goes over and then he like throws this. First he throws a hug and like because you're sitting down, he's able to run across like the bench, where he hug you around the neck. Gonna hug you,
Yeah.
and
Athos
and
hugs him back.
gonna go over and he hug Ish. It's like I'm gonna do lots of studying, and I'm gonna know next time we meet. I'm gonna have answers, real answers this time, not just suppositions and my own arrogance. I promise.
I mean, don't drop the arrogance. Some people are into that, but thanks.
Teaching me. And he's gonna just kind of sit there. Gonna have Ashtalor like oversized. Kind of sit and pet, and he's gonna keep glancing up, and then like gets into.
I feel like I need to remind people that Ashtalora is basically like a black and gray Norwegian forest cat.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
feel like that
With wings.
size with wings. I feel like that's important.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
so
it
large.
definitely is.
So
And he's
big
3
girl.
feet tall, so it's like most people holding like a regular sized dog. Like,
Jotra, you do feel an arm come around, hold you by the shoulder as you just hear. Be fierce, Jotra.
be fierce. I can be. It's gonna be hard, but I can be fierce. And he's gonna pull up Ashtalora, gonna cuddle in. She's gonna struggle.
You've learned a lot. You can do this too.
I can do it. I promise I can do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I promise. It's cheap.
Ishin goes ahead and begins to pour out the keg to everyone. Everyone's cups. And you can hear as there's a little bit more ruckus below, you can hear a few instruments begin to play. As there's a small show playing downstairs. You hear some people getting a little rowdy and getting a little bit cheery as this kind of... It's not super fast, but it's definitely upbeat and enjoyable as it begins to play across the hostel.
Soup kind of just downs one real quick, immediately fills it up, downs another one, immediately fills it up again. Then he holds up his cup and he says,
Well, I ain't gonna miss not being able to sleep. Thinking a lava snake gonna eat me.
I mean,
But I'm sad to see you go.
I'm gonna miss you. Gonna miss having a weird little soup around. I'm definitely gonna miss your cooking. honestly, your cooking's the best thing I've had in a very long time.
You see, like, he's been like fine, stoic. You say that, and he's just like,
I'm gonna just come up to Steve and hug him.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like, look after these people, please. I don't know how they're gonna survive without you.
locks eyes. with
You know, we can hear you.
Oh, I know.
Just-
That's something I meant to whisper.
he brings up a good point.
I'd like to think that, you know, if we made it this far, we can keep going. Although I'm definitely, it's going to, yeah, it's going to be different. Oh, maybe we won't be so well because Athanos did all the talking. So there goes that.
Oh my god, who's gonna talk for us? Oh my
I was like,
god.
I give Eridan like a playful nudge on the side, like, come on, you've got just as much of a silver tongue as I do. Don't worry. You guys got this.
Yeah, but I don't have your good looks, so.
Yeah, but
That's not
no one really
true.
does. So, you know, you have to make do with what you have, I guess.
I'll try my best. At the very least.
Yeah, I give Eridan a little hug.
Can give Athanos a hug.
Ishton looks towards you, Athnos, and just says, perhaps a few messages back would not be so bad.
Yeah, no, I won't be in the same place for very much, because I will be honest, I plan on hunting down everyone that mutinied against me and kill them. So wherever they are, I'll probably end up being there eventually. But yeah, I'll keep in touch with all of you.
My glaive is ready to stop them from running.
I do not doubt that.
Did I see your?
I mean, which one? Pull out the wooden one and
The
my
wooden one. And
yeah,
and Jotra is going to desperately try to find anything else he can do to this gun to make it better. Like whether it's a rotating chamber, whether it's rifling the barrel, he is at a point where like he feels like he has to give something that they can take with them. So he's desperately looking for something.
Okay. Roll an intelligence check.
Oh. That's a natural 20.
well, shit.
I'm not even kidding either. Like, it's fucking natural 20. That's fucking never happens. All right, cool.
Perfect time.
Couldn't roll that when I needed to pull things apart, but you know, I'll take it now. Fuck yeah.
As you're staring, you take a look at the gun. You take a look at the. You're just thinking for a moment. You pull out a few of the. You pull out one of the scraps of paper that you took from Mission's home. You're there and you're looking and you're thinking. You take a look at the gun. You take a look at Athanos' saber. You're beginning to put two and two together. You're wondering, what if? What if?
Can I see your saber?
Sure. I think this might be the first time, no, the second time he's ever drawn this one. You never actually pulled this out. So yeah, when he pulls it out, because I think last time he pulled it out was very quick. He immediately sheathed it right after. When he pulls it out, it's like black. The blade is completely black, and etched into the blade is similar shapes of clouds and waves as his gun, piece of his gun has. The handle of it is a silver with like a little black ribbon tied to the end of it, and he kind of just hands over. Like you can probably tell that it was probably a set with the ring that he's now wearing around his neck. But yeah.
I'm gonna try to tinker. I assume I see the ability to make a gun blade out of this, where I can exchange the pommel for the gun and use the metal of the sword to replace the wood, and then also make it's a double triggered. I'm going to assume where you can pull a trigger on either side of the blade to fire out of either side. So and then before the chamber rotates, so you get actually 12 shots instead of 6, and then and kind of use my magical tinkering ability to pull this all together while I flick Calamos forward. And I'm curious to see, using Calamos, since Calamos is my tinkering tools with his current, or with their current, god shard inside of them. I'm curious to see what happens.
You can go ahead and, as you're kind of looking over and watching, you realize, maybe not with the Deichrist, but with just a little bit of artificer magic, just a little bit of tinkering, you could create this blade in a way that doesn't destroy, damage, or waste any of the parts from the gun itself. As you know how important they are to Athenos, you could incorporate them into the new weapon. 1, if you so wish, and 2, if Athenos will let you.
Wait, so what gun is he doing this with?
Yeah, this is the wood gun that I gave you, not your,
this is the wood gun, right?
Yeah, not the crew pistol.
Yeah.
Sorry, apologies, I didn't realize. Yeah, no, that's a pretty easy process. You can go ahead and create essentially a gun blade out of this.
Yeah. He'll Athenos will allow that then.
So before he does it, so he's is it okay if I combine these?
Orin's
Just try
gonna
not
hit
to-
the deck. Just as soon as he
what?
sees that look in Joker's eye, just
What happened? Why is Orin?
Oh,
Are you crying? Like, are you trying to hide yourself from crying? It's okay if you're gonna miss me. Like,
he's
gonna
afraid
miss
I'm
you
gonna
too.
explode again. I think.
Wait. Are you gonna explain? Was you?
That
honestly,
was me.
I thought it was like Eridan.
I mean, that'd make more sense. Yeah.
What? Are you going to explode?
I don't think so. I'm not going to use any of the dynamite.
Did you think you were going to explode the first time?
Well, I knew it was a possibility.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna lower myself down next to Orin under the table. Like, yeah, go ahead.
This is the safer place for when Jotra wants to fucking see what happens.
Eridan's gonna stay.
Jotra, king of putting shit together that shouldn't go together.
I'm here, I promise. I'm sorry.
I think
I'm gonna stand behind Jotra with a Cure Wounds locked and loaded.
Prepped. Yeah, ready to go.
And
Just
then
in case.
I'm gonna try to fuse these things together. Oh, fuck.
It's less of a fusion and more kind of taking everything apart and constructing it back together in a way that will work. It takes a little while for you to mess around, and there is a little bit of kind of mending as you're slowly kind of bending a few things into shape. Takes a few hours as you're also drinking. You can go ahead and hold conversations and everything at the same time. But at the end of it, Athenos, you will have a functional gunblade.
So I think under the table with Orin, while this is all happening, I was like, yeah.
Before Jotra gives that to you, Eridan holds a hand out for it. May I?
So, I just real quick before we do this, Athenos, were you trying to do something before because this is going to take a few hours? So
Yeah.
During like still under the table. I'm not
so
gonna
still-
sit under the table for
still under the table,
entire 2
Jotro
hours.
will pop his head down. He's like, "Oh, this is less magic and more tinkering, yeah, but we'll see what happens." And then he's just gonna keep working as you guys are under the table.
I'm gonna stay here for a bit longer just in case. That explosion was pretty big. Oren.
Yeah.
He just looks at Oren for a moment and just pulls him into a hug. I'm gonna miss you, man.
I'll miss you too. Two of you are the only ones with sense.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about you guys, but I think you got it.
You know, this is gonna mean that I'm the responsible one. That's fucked.
I took
Everyone,
offense.
stop eavesdropping. Oh,
Sorry.
bros are having a conversation here, okay?
No,
Close eyes, but like,
yeah.
back, like fine, I guess.
So Orin will kind of like get up and actually just sit everybody down. And,
Yeah.
So what you saw,
Oh,
Was-
right.
Yeah.
Jotra thinking. See, I showed him this, and I'll pull out the artifact.
What is that?
This is an artifact that I was made to steal before I met you, soon after I left the monastery. I was mind controlled and made to steal it. When I took a tumble off the guard wall, I finally kind of got knocked back to my senses, and I was able to escape with it, and I will keep it away from that creature as long as I breathe.
That creature? You said
As-
you mind controlled. Who? What mind controlled you?
I kind of remember their names. They're strange creatures. They've got the tubes of flesh like snakes coming out of their face.
Would I know? I mean, I'm assuming everyone knows what this is, but would I know what this is?
I don't think so, but I'm going to let you have a history check anyway. I'm going to say with disadvantage, just because I don't think you would have encountered
Yeah.
anything to do with these.
I mean, since I was going to be leaving, I have an advantage. I might as well use it. I'm going to use that advantage, my advantage to cancel out that disadvantage. So history. My history's not even that great. That's a pretty good roll though. 19.
Okay, that's pretty good. You've heard other members of your party mention it. You have heard the name Illithid thrown around by individual members of your party. I think specifically Jotra and Soup were the two who knew probably the most about it. Jotra especially, there is some kind of experiment going on by the Magicanum using Illithids, but to what end, no one knows.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so I would have actually heard Jojo say the word, and I would have remembered. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you definitely would have heard the word Illithid thrown around. To what end, you don't know. They are a race that hasn't been encountered in Vega, exactly. So they are one of the few races that no one really knows anything about. You may have heard some sailors' tales of certain creatures that appear to have octopuses for faces, but nothing specific.
Oh. Okay. I don't know what it is as beings and taking away people's free will. Okay, yeah, so that cone you stole for this Illithid?
Right, and after that, after I woke up, I guess the spell ended while I was unconscious briefly. But I ran, and I ran far. And that's actually, I boarded the airship where we all met.
Oh, so it wasn't even that long ago. Okay, and
No, it's only about maybe a month and a half.
that caused the explosion?
No, Jotra. The weird thing is, they're spells that tell you what a thing is.
Yeah.
I didn't work on it. So Jotra thought, well, this is not magic. This is really magic. Let's see what happens when they kiss each other.
Oh, boy.
And that's why he looks a little rough for the wear right now.
I mean, I would be lying if I said I'm surprised. How are you feeling, Jojo?
I've been better. I got fried by some divine energy, but so far so good. Harry put me back to rights.
I feel like you've just had a really long day. You've been poisoned.
Oh, I've been poisoned. I've been exhausted. But I'm feeling better. I'm not poisoned or exhausted anymore. I mean, things blew up in my face a little bit, but you healed me through it. I'm okay. I'm making a gunblade. This thing is gonna be super cool.
Oh boy. Okay.
I feel like that's a little bit more in his wheelhouse. We might be safe to get out from underneath the table now.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna crawl out from under the table.
I was gonna say, at that point, you'd see his little legs just like kind of everywhere. It's like...
So cute. I feel like Eridan's sitting next to him, and like while he's working, she'll like push a tool towards him.
Oh, thank you.
Swap things out. She like vaguely knows, like after watching, she's kind of picked up like what tool does what. It just kind of.
It's like a circle.
Because he doesn't look up.
He doesn't.
Hammer.
He never looks up. He's just 100% there. And his goggles are down, and like he has like these little lenses that he's flicked down to like so he's like basically it's like Superman like down. So he's seeing like all of the smallest intricate parts in his little hands, and he's got just like the wings of Calamos are flipped over and shaped into like screwdrivers and stuff. So he's just taking, at this point it'd be so recent, he's just taking things apart. He's just like, there we go. And you like as you come out from under the table, you see the probably at this point the pistol is completely disassembled and completely pulled apart, and then he's like and then he's looking over towards disassembling this beautiful blade that you have as he's just going through it, taking apart the scimitar. I imagine at this point he's like, oh, full thing blade, that is amazing. It goes all the way to the hilt. That's very good. And he kind of looks up at Nathanos and gives him a nod and just keeps going.
Okay. Just want to go through it again. So this thing mind controlled you, Oren, to steal that cone.
Right.
Drocha combined it with what?
Oh,
The rainbow opal.
the opal
Yeah.
had powering. That was Calamos's power source. Oh. Drocha's gonna look around, and if there's like any curtains or anything to make it more private, he's just gonna like get up and he's gonna like walk across the bench over to Athenos and whisper in his ear. He's gonna be like, inside it wasn't actually an opal, it's a dare. It's like a piece of a god. And that's why they sent hunters after me. So I'm sad you're going because you protect me from these terrorists. Don't tell anyone. And then he's gonna go back and start just keep working.
What is it with everybody here in gods?
I don't never believed him until now, but I mean, and he keeps going.
Oh,
You missed
okay.
a lot in a few hours. You missed a little bit. Mhm.
Well, okay. Do I know what what? Have I heard of anything like this before? Pieces of a god.
Jotra, did you show Athenos the day, Chris, or did you only tell him?
Yes, I'm gonna. And so, like, and he kind of looks around and he covers his wrist and he pulls it up to you, and you see the back of Calamos, his bird, his wrist, and he's gonna press the back and pull the sides apart, and then inside of it you see this this every type of crystal, and it's a sliver. It's what powers Calamos.
Okay, let me just. So you found a piece of a god.
Yeah.
That blew you up to Kingdom Come.
That's only when I put magic into it. It was quite a lot
But
of
you're
damage.
still keeping it inside of a mechanical bird that is in close contact with you.
Well, I mean, I didn't. Well, it's yes.
I
that's
turned
the
to
long
see.
and short of
See,
it.
please look after them when I'm gone. Please.
Its potential is amazing, but I mean, you have to experiment to find out how to draw its power out of it properly. I tried putting power into it, and that was a mistake. Not gonna do that again, but now I know not to do that. It hurt a lot. Not too late. And he jumps back over and he starts like going down onto this. And it's at this point, like, you see he pulls the blackened blade out of the saber, and it goes all the way down to the hilt. And he starts like taking apart the hilt. And like and that's at this point you see he like starts magically kind of like shaping the hilt and the silver and stuff out of the hilt back over the top of the wood of the gun. And so like the handle's starting to take shape, and he's putting some carvings into the wood, and like you do see like there's, it's like all this fancy filigree, but you do see there are names hidden in the filigree, and it's of everybody in the party. It says Orin, Meredith, Soup, and then like on the very base of the gun it says "Don't forget us," and then so those are just woven into this the filigree. Brian is on it.
But so,
Is
do
this
I know
towards-
anything about it? Or have I heard anything about pieces of a god?
Okay. Everybody take your headphones out apart from Athenos.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It's going to get spicy. It's only quick. You know exactly what it is. You
damn.
smuggled it for A.
Oh. So I didn't recognize the opal, but I recognized the
crystal.
Crystal. Okay.
Looking at the actual crystal itself, you 100% recognize it. It was kept in a very different containment. It was kept in a very different system. But you had smuggled this for A. And that was the big job that you recognized A from. And at the time, you just thought it was a magical artifact.
Oh, so I smuggled it for A, and then Magicanum ended up getting it somehow. And then, okay, I don't know what that means, but okay, yeah.
All right. Nice and quick. Come on back.
Okay.
Oh,
So how many of you were reading the subtitles?
I honestly wasn't.
Oh, no, I didn't even
I
think of that.
actually
really
was.
hard.
I thought about it. And
I
I was
forgot
like,
about
oh,
that.
no, I shouldn't do that.
I was trusting y'all. I
Honestly,
don't keep things secret unless they're juicy.
I honestly did not even think about it because I wanted to watch Dan's face the whole time. I was just sitting there like, yes, good, yes.
yeah, Athenos doesn't react. He's like, oh boy,
That's-
okay.
That checks out. That,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I see. I was looking like, okay, I see why the Magicanum was after that then.
Yeah.
So it's a shard of a god.
Called a day crest.
Okay, do you know
It's like half
what,
of a god.
what there's a lot of gods?
I have a suspicion because, and then Josh is gonna flip his hand over and show him the burnt-in symbol of Hazel. He's like, I believe this is Wavinlo, one of the gods of love and beauty, and it's an old god like history. He's gonna cover it back up with his other god.
I think Athos looks down at the scar and then looks up at George and like, oh, did you just say you have a suspicion that the god that has been burned into your arm, it's definitely them?
I mean, yeah, probably, but I mean, I don't like to say with certainty unless I'm certain. You're probably absolutely right. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it probably is. Does it hurt? Does it
A lot.
affect
Yeah,
your magic
no,
at all?
It hasn't affected my magic, but it does still burn quite a bit. I'm trying to focus on tinkering your new sword because this hurts so much. It hurts so much when it happened. If it hadn't been for Eridan, I probably would have not even been able to get drinks. But the beer helps a lot, and the healing helps a lot. But yeah, no, it hurts a lot.
Is it gonna stay there? Do you think it's gonna, like, he kind of like points at his wrist? My one's a month old and they're just as sore and red as they were when I first had them. Does it look like yours? I mean, granted, mine is literally tied to a primordial being, so, but yours is also technically tied to a potential god. So yeah, do you know if it's gonna heal?
I'm
Are
not
you
really good with people or how they heal, or I don't know. I guess we'll find
turn
out.
to Eridan? Does it look like it's gonna heal? I'm not.
Gotcha,
Does it look like a magical
Hold on.
wound? You have to turn to Eridan like.
Can I take a look at it? Can I tell?
Right now, it just looks like a burn.
Is there anything that could? Oh wait. Oh, but could I do? Could I do detect magic?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to cast detect magic.
Okay. The scar isn't magical. You see pings from your comrades of their magical items.
Right.
You see a very, very, very strong ping inside of Calamos.
At the moment, it doesn't seem to be magical, but I guess we'll see.
Do Athenos's like tattoos ping though?
Oh, yeah,
or scars? The Ouroboros?
No.
You don't really know.
Yeah, the burn's not magical, but Alphanos neither are your markings. So it's hard to tell at the moment.
I have a feeling, Jotron, you said that this one Vinlio was a god of beauty and creation and art. I feel like they probably wouldn't be as cruel as Horsnake.
I can hope.
I feel like every aspect has a dark side, but we can definitely hope for the best.
Creation isn't concerned, and most of the time, yeah, it's not concerned with. It's whether you can or can't. But with beauty involved in there, maybe there is something. Your core snake.
Yeah.
If we stop it. Things that you've used good things so far.
I'm honestly very fine with not having these abilities anymore. They're great to have, and if I'm in a pinch, I'll very gladly use them. But I was perfectly fine without them as well.
Shut up.
I mean, the best ever sell this season saw the skies, honestly, but I'm not gonna brag.
Never.
Okay.
While this discussion is going on, Soup kind of goes and stands over next to Ishton and looks up at her and looks at them all talking. And he goes,
Well, I don't know if I can keep him from killing himself, but I can keep somebody else from getting him. That way he can teach your daughter.
Good.
he like reaches up to kind of like shake her hand like it's an agreement.
She reaches down and takes your hand, shakes once, and then pulls you to her hip, just wraps an arm around you. I would recommend perhaps not asking Eredin for rides. You might get spiked by the Maybe she can find a comfortable spot for you.
Yeah. Yep. About time I got through that.
He takes a big deep breath.
You can work past it. But it takes time. Remember that. You see in your hands, she's left you a what appears to be a set of almost shoelaces, just in your hand.
He looks up at her.
You sure?
I'd be okay.
I have to get used to wearing shoes.
Oh, no, I don't wear them either. I put them in my armor.
He looks down at her feet. He's like,
Huh. Never noticed.
There's always sandals. More comfortable.
he makes kind of like a necklace out of it.
She turns to Oren, just says, I hope you find peace with your god.
Thank you. I hope your daughter is fine. She'll never know. You'll get your power back. I'll miss you.
She nods with a slight smile. You can see she's fiddling with the small dagger that she took from the house just in her hand. She kind of nods to each and every one of you, and then nods again to Athnos, and takes another drink.
It's gonna be. And, Thomas, just need to send me a letter. I'm gonna continue studying everything till I can get to the point where. As far as artificery goes, and I promise, it close, if not exactly, to do my best, so that when the time comes to teach her both parts of. I can help her learn and understand the gone. It's gone, but still can. Once I learn, I promise you I'll be. Just let me know.
I know, Jotra. I know. You remind me a lot of her.
I don't. And he kind of goes back and goes back to tinkering around.
It was good traveling with you.
It was definitely fun. Maybe one day I'll get you on my ship. I can show you the ropes, figuratively and literally.
I think we'd like that.
But I still got a day. I'll be off by the end of it most likely, but I guess I can help with the situation now. Apparently there's another god involved. Are you guys planning on looking into this?
I do think we wanted to investigate that other tree that they mentioned before we left. I'm pretty sure anyway.
Yes, we've got to find whatever we can about the fourth sister.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you. When I put the things together, your cone of anti-magic, it pulled into my skin, and I saw a vision. Saw 3 pillars, and then they crumbled before me. But then I saw 2 other pillars made of light that came together and were one. I think we need to help bring her together. If I had to guess, I don't know, maybe the cone pulls magic, and the more magic, the more capable she is, but I'm worried about the crumbling of the other 3. I don't know what it meant. I'm gonna be honest, but
I have
No.
a feeling that it has something to do with Veka's moons.
That was the
3
thought I
sons.
had.
The 3 sisters. I think the 4th sister was power of the moons. And that's when they split. Perhaps they were one at one time.
possible. Maybe we can return them back. I don't know, but I think we should try putting, maybe tomorrow when I have spell slots, while you hold it, maybe I'll put some magic into it to see if maybe you can see something as well. The amount of magic it must have pulled to get that out of the opal, massive, but I think there is more to that. That thing is just as incredible as what is in Calamos. It is...
I don't know if I would put magic into it after today. Maybe
How can we
there's
not?
there has to be. Maybe we could find something to channel magic into it rather than putting ourselves in danger. We'll have to look into that.
The only thing is, I want him to experience the vision that I experienced. Like, I feel like it was meant for you, but somehow ended up with me because I was dumb enough to put too much.
Well, so far we've all,
Seen the same thing.
three of us have already seen the vision of the pillars of fire.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I still think y'all are crazy.
See, we need to do it for soup.
Nope. You need to stop tinkering with that thing.
I don't know what
I
it is.
agree
that
with
takes
Soup.
Next
But-
time you're gonna blow us all up.
I would never. Well, not on purpose. Oh my god, I could have killed everybody.
It's all right, lad. We're
Oh,
fine.
so there's a screw loose right here. Where is that?
Oh yes, no, it's right here, and he's gonna go back to tinkering the as soon as Aridin points out the fault, like as he pauses, he's gonna pull the tiny screw and pull it back and continue to put the gun blade. Just dive directly into that and become oddly quiet, other than reaching out for a sip of beer.
Okay. Some time passes. General chats and discussions are had, reminiscing about the times that you spent together, as well as hoping for the future, promising to stay in touch, promising to get whatever projects for each other done as you need to. Some time passes, the music continues downstairs and eventually comes to a stop. You've probably gone through a few kegs at this point. You've every now and then you hear one being delivered to the door. You go ahead and drink and be merry.
When I have a thing to do when Georgia finishes the thing,
Mm-hmm.
whenever that is.
What would you like to do?
Okay, so as Jotra finishes his little tinkering project, with all of our names etched into it, and don't forget us, I think Eridan's going to take a talon finger. She's going to touch the tip of the blade, and she's just going to hum. And magic comes from her finger, and it's sort of the same moon symbol that's on her forehead etches itself into the tip of the blade, fitting perfectly in that tip.
Try to put it in my... I think... What's the guy? It's just gonna stand up on the bench, give a big hug. Erden's. It's just gonna like hold for a second, and you feel just for a second this tiny drop of. It's like you know, just a single like a tear hits your neck. He wipes with the rest, but that one tear doesn't. You can tell he didn't mean, but it got. Kind of releases and picks up the blade and it's like, all right, it's finished. And it holds out this gun blade. It's like there's 2 triggers, so that way you can get 2 shots off before reloading. And knowing you, that's all the shots you'll need. But it should help stop those who want to stop you.
Thank you. I definitely can't wait to use this. And he just shoots it.
Got a way to message us. Let me know how the accurate should be. Real.
I don't doubt that. I definitely don't doubt that. Thank you, Joshua.
Books don't talk about how important it is. Don't.
I mean,
You.
At the very least, you can fake it till you make it.
That's the main thing I learned. I faked it through a few things now, and the funny thing is, no one knows if you're faking it or not. And I didn't get that until I saw behind it. Don't.
And Athens just like pats him on the shoulder. So, are we sufficiently drunk, or? 'Cause I think that platinum asleep that still has. yeah, okay.
Almost there.
I think she's just been drinking it like it's just like Fucking
Like it doesn't
juice.
affect him at all.
It
Like
doesn't
it's
affect
water.
him.
Orin's
It's
gonna
just- it's-
pull out
yeah, it's just
the
juice for
bottle
you.
of the Siren's Tear and hand it to Athenos and go, all right, lads. If you're gonna be leaving us, you're gonna get
Oh.
fucked up with us.
Are you drinking this as well, though?
We've been drinking.
Fuck. Fine. I'll take a shot if you take a shot.
Oh,
Gladly.
flips through her spell book. Lesser restoration. Lesser restoration.
Oh, taking shots at Siren's Tear?
I'm gonna look to Eridan as well. Like,
George just made that
Eridan?
mistake already.
Oh, all right, fine.
If I see that George is not gonna join in,
Are you gonna rib him?
yeah, I'm gonna rip everyone.
That's a group
Come on, I'm leaving,
The group
guys.
chat,
Come on.
group chat. Come on,
Group
it's like
shot.
high school. It's like high school.
I wanna,
Group chat, group chat.
Soup
right.
win as well?
I think you're muted.
Honey.
Yeah, you're muted.
The Soup is like sitting back and he's obviously just like smashed. Like you've never seen him like this before. He's just like
You know what, Sleep? No. You know, I think you're already half. You're already there.
he goes
I think you're good.
Jotra,
Anyway.
and he's like bottles over there.
Joe's just gonna do the like underarm and like support him like sort of like drunk friend sort of thing, and he's like this is gonna be the nail in your coffin or the key to the most amazing night of your life. Let's do this.
Get out of the tavern.
What? Okay. And then Jotra's gonna pour Soup a shot if he wants it, but he's not gonna push it towards him.
He
Yeah.
immediately just
Oh god.
Okay.
I guess
Oh.
when I see Soup, I'm like, oh, okay. I just. I
Oh,
don't
and
know.
he like sets the glass down and looks at Athenos edition. Oh, may your journeys be fair. And then-
Yeah, we're supposed to do it. Okay, everyone's already. Okay. Fuck. Okay.
Ishin's gonna get in on this as well, because why not?
May the path be
Con
clear.
saves for everyone.
May your path be clear.
Do I
and your
get
journey,
advantage, or is,
take you the places you wish
like
to
how
go.
does this work for the person that's immune to most alcohols?
Yeah, you get advantage, everyone else regular. Soup, I was
21.
debating disadvantage, but I'm not.
21 as
actual.
well.
What is it? A con save?
Con save.
15.
Nat 20.
Yeah!
Before.
That's
So
a
natural
fucking
20,
lulu.
21, Jotra,
21 as well.
21, Soup,
15.
15.
15. Okay, cool.
Ooh.
So, Orin, Jotra, and Athenos haven't been the ones that actually have had Siren's Tear before. It hits, it burns, you have that wave of like almost insta-drunk come over you, but you just manage to kind of shake it off and keep it down. You're just like, whew, all right, friggin' hell. Eridan and Soup,
Oh
as those who haven't had Siren's Tear before,
no.
you go ahead and knock this back. You feel the burn immediately and just that wave of insta-drunk as it just goes all the way down your esophagus and you feel it like warm in your stomach. Eridan, you actually kind of stagger a little bit as you're just like, whoa.
I'll like catch.
I'm sorry.
Like, oh,
You kind of
Sorry,
just about manage to pull yourself back to the threshold, but you're essentially like insta-tipsy. Just kind of like, oh gosh, okay, the room's spinning. That's fine.
Pavasari sweeps in and like bumps into your knees so you can sit down on Pavasari's. So you don't have to worry about trying to stand up during this.
Soup, you go ahead and knock this down. You feel it burn. You kind of shrug your shoulders, looking around, kind of shaking your head a little bit, and just
Yeah. So I'm gonna reenact that just a little bit. Like he knocks the shot back and looks like like, oh yeah, I did it. Come on. And he looks at everybody else. They all down their shots, and then he just like goes.
Jotra's gonna throw Pavasori to try to grab his collar and put him down gently so he doesn't hurt himself.
Lower him down.
You can go ahead and do that. That's fine.
Alamos, save him.
You're still conscious, but you're a little you're a little worse for wear.
Yeah.
His limbs are just like. He looks like a dead cockroach.
I just imagine him like his gallant, his gator face, just like swimming through nothing. Just-
Aridin, you doing good?
I think so. It's fine. I'm gonna sit for just a second. I'm just gonna
Yeah, you do
take
that.
take
And
a
Athens
sip.
like pats her in the back. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's
How-
fine.
Jotra's been drinking this whole time as well. How drunk is everybody from his perspective? Let's see. After the siren
Pretty much.
shot.
Like, I was gonna say, after the Siren's Tear shot, I imagine that, like, pretty much everyone apart from Athenos is drunk.
Yeah.
Athenos is
I'm
probably
on a
getting
buzz.
to that
I've got a
buzz point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, everyone is drunk at this point.
I feel like when
So-
Eridan's drunk, she tries to play it off like she's not. So like she doesn't get like super emotional, doesn't get like super friendly, but is definitely like woozy. Like I'm totally,
Definitely says, I'm not drunk 15 times.
yeah.
The person
that
who
kind
stands
of-
there like who stands there like super just like, no, I'm fine.
I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm
Obviously,
not
all
drunk.
their
I'm not
effort is
drunk.
going
What are you
into
talking about?
not moving at all.
Mhm.
Like, is that the Eridan drunk?
Yeah.
I think so. For now it
Fabulous,
is.
because
Doesn't want
Okay, so-
anyone to know. No.
Jotra grew up in a bar, so he would recognize you as drunk.
Oh, you know.
Athens is
Oh,
on a
you
pirate
know.
ship. You know it's Aridin's drunk as well.
So
Oh, yeah.
Jotra being raised in a bar is gonna recognize. He's gonna pour another shot for Athenos. He's like, "It's just to catch up. It's okay." And then he's gonna go over to Eridan, and he's gonna look at Eridan for a second, and he's gonna like walk across the table at this point, so he's almost eye level with Eridan, and he's gonna like for a second he's just gonna be like, "Oh, drunk as I am. That's amazing." And then he's just gonna like fall forward and hug her around the neck, and then just a whisper in her ear. She's just gonna hear, "But you're not leaving, I don't think." And he's just gonna then there's just gonna be like this extra squeeze as like he puts his 8-1 strength into squeezing as hard as he can. So you barely notice it, but you know it's more than just no effort as he squeezes into it. And he's like, "I think I can stand. You're my first friend." And then he's gonna fall back and just sit on the table.
I mean, I guess Jotra poured out another shot of Siren's Tear for me, so I'm gonna down that as well.
Another concept.
Advantage is a flat roll at this point.
You're still immune to poison, even though you're tipsy,
Yeah.
so yeah. Like,
That's a 22.
Oh,
you've probably crossed the threshold of buzzed to slightly tipsy, but you're fine. You're still functional.
Jotra
Maybe a
wouldn't
little jokey,
Orin is
however
kind
Athenos
of-
gets tipsy, but like,
So Jotra wouldn't push you past that. So and then he's gonna like as he sits on the table, he's just gonna like sit there for a second. He's gonna look over to Orin. He's gonna look at he's gonna like start walking towards Orin, and he's gonna be like, Jotra. All right, so he's gonna like as he gets over to Orin, he's just gonna like at first he's gonna like lean in and he's like, "I think you're God. And our destiny have so many things in common, and I'm actually grateful because." And then he reaches out and he like pulls your head like a little closer to his mouth, and he's gonna be like, "I have an assumption, but are we friends?" And then he's gonna wait anxiously.
We're smart lads, and he's gonna squeeze him in for a hug.
And as you hug him, he's gonna hug around your neck, and he's gonna be like, "I knew it!" And he's just, and like so everybody else hears the "I knew it" as he hugs in. He's like, And then he's gonna reach up and he's gonna like do his best to noogie you, even though you're like, I think you're a foot taller than he is. He's gonna,
I think
like,
we're
try
about
to
the
reach
same
up.
height.
Well, aren't you? You're like 4'8", you're 3'8", and he's 3 even,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So he's
Yeah,
gonna like,
3, yeah.
and so he's gonna try to like noogie you, and so like, and then drunk Judge is gonna like turn to Soup after that, and then, unless anybody else
Soup is
wants
like
to do
laying
something.
on the floor. He's
Okay,
laying
does
on the
anybody else
floor
want to
and
do
just
something
passed
before
out.
I continue? I want to give it
Oh,
people to
keep
do.
going.
No.
This is great.
Okay.
Go for it.
Jotra is gonna like hop down, and then like Soup, as you're laying down, Jotra's gonna lie down next to you, and then you feel like this small hand like kind of worm its way behind your head. So he's holding your head up just a little bit to try to give you like a little bit of a pillow, and he's gonna be like, I know, right? This is way too much. But Soup, friends.
I think I just realized something.
What's that, Soup?
There's a spider on the ceiling.
And Joker's gonna look up, and he's like, I can build mechanical spiders. Did you know that? I made a beautiful one. But I think we're friends, Soup. And so I'm gonna hug you. Is that okay?
You're not gonna kiss me, are you?
Not unless you tell. Well, I was gonna, but not now. If you don't want me to, that's okay. And then Judge was just gonna give a big ol' hug as he's drunk and on the floor, like next to Soup. And then he hugs Soup around the neck. He's like, you hear this small whisper, are there people, do you have friends named like Thwack and Whop?
When you ask him that, he just
Don't make me laugh.
Okay, I don't want to throw up either. And then he's gonna get up and jump back on the table, and then Jocho's gonna look at everybody, and he's just gonna take a second. He's like, "Oh, Cindy knows what we all should know," and then he falls down and passes out.
Thank God. I thought you was like, oh God. Okay, thank goodness. Okay.
when you
But-
sing that, like Soup gets up from the floor, grabs your foot from the table, and pulls you down.
And then Jocho like falls off the table, pulled down by Soup. And like the instant Soup, like you pull him down, and then you look at Jojo. He's laying in front of you. He's just like,
I feel like as Soup tugs Jotra off the table, I feel like Airden wants to, like, she sees that happen. She wants to stop it, but there's at least a 5-second delay. So like Jotra goes off the table. Wait. Huh.
yeah.
not even like a little close.
No.
I think I just
No.
watched him from like, God, we're gonna have to, before I get you on the shift, we're gonna have to work on your alcohol tolerance, I guess. Half of my crew will drink you under the table if this is all it takes.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not even drunk.
Yeah, okay, Eridan. You're swaying more than my boat does.
No. Are you sure the room isn't swaying?
Eridan, is the room swaying for you?
No. I'm asking you that question though.
No, it's not swaying for me.
Huh, no, not me. Cole can't keep a straight face. Oh man. Oh my god, my face hurts from smiling and crying at the same time.
The night continues as well as it can do, considering one by one we're trying.
The night carries on
lives.
as good as it can do. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That was on brand. It was a good sentence.
Slowly but surely, we all end up finishing up our conversations, and
Going to bed?
getting a bit of sleep, just out of pure fucking exhaustion / drunkenness at this point, I think.
I imagine Pavasari picks up Joe and then takes him with you, so you don't have to worry about carrying Joe.
Mm-hmm. Soon enough, unless anybody else has anything else they'd like to do during this time, one by one, everyone wakes up. Some of you with far worse hangovers than others. You gather your things, get yourself sorted. You go ahead and head out to the market district. You take the walk a little slow, just enjoying the group's company for a little while longer. Some more discussions are had, some just general chit-chat. A little chatter of potential future plans. You see, as you walk into the market district, the white-robed figure is waiting. And Bo is actually waiting, quite close as well. Bo is kind of grumbling and growling, looking up at the robed figure. As soon as he sees you, he grumbles and kind of growls again.
Have a nice wave.
The figure steps forward. Apologies, I decided to get into contact. I heard that the rest of you perhaps had places to be.
Yeah, we, I guess, hung out for a bit before we had to head out.
Not a problem at all. He nods. Your men have already been sent to Dahlia. Took the liberty of making them wait no longer. I'm happy
Yes,
that you spent some
that's
time
right.
together.
It's like, I guess I'm ready. Ishton?
She nods. You can see underneath her lips, you can see her teeth kind of gritting, just trying to keep her mouth together as she nods towards you, kind of just signals to everyone else.
It was a pleasure being part of this crew, and look forward to having you part of it again sometime soon.
Stay safe.
We'll keep in touch.
I'll stay alive. I can promise that at the very least.
Good luck.
We'll miss you.
Get back. Bring a cool boat.
I point at the person clad in white. He's apparently going to give me a new boat, actually, so I'm looking forward to seeing that.
We hope to see it too.
It will be sometime soon. I won't say stay safe, but stay alive and cause trouble.
No promises.
Which man.
So yeah, I turn to the one in white. Guess teleport me away? Is that what we're doing?
Indeed. He looks towards the rest of the party. And Bo is ready to take you back. I had words. Hopefully, the little attitude adjustment will help a little bit. You hear another grumble from Bo as the white-clad figure just looks towards him. I bid you adieu, friends. And you'll hear from me very soon. You'll know. He begins to
Suck.
he begins to twist his hands as this white circle begins to form and cover himself as well as Ishtan and Athnos. There's one last wave from Ishtan as they vanish. Bo grumpily hobbles towards you. There. He gives you the object. Take yourselves back.
How do we do that?
Just bump a bit of magic into it. He just grumpily kind of walks away and then stops. Turns. You. The one with the tattoo.
Oi, what do you want?
Tell her I don't expect her forgiveness.
Tell who?
He goes ahead and pulls his sleeve up, revealing the familiar branding of the Crimson Wood. And then walks away, leaving you and this teleportation stone.
Wait a sec.
Soup pulls out the book and goes,
Where am I supposed to put the editing notes for lists?
He continues to walk.
Yes.
Lots of errors!
So, you are now left as a group with the teleportation stone. Unless there's anything else you'd like to do, you can go ahead and activate that.
Are we ready to go back out of character? Because I thought we were going to investigate the tree, but I could be wrong.
Should we try to get out of whatever we can out of the fire salamander that was on the council if we can?
I mean,
But I don't know what good that'll really do.
Yeah, you can continue to investigate. There was also speak of investigating the trunk of the tree in the fire plane. However, you also know that the two sisters are meeting on the material
That's
plane.
true.
Yeah, so we might need to head back.
So it is up to you which one you would like to go with.
We should probably witness the reunion.
sounds like we might. No one.
Yeah, that sounds important. We should go.
Thank you for the Styx reference, chat. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I guess with that, close hands over the stone. I think I would lower it so that everyone could put their hands on it. And I put some magic in it. Boom, dynamite.
You go ahead and all wrap up together. as you find yourselves plane shifted. You arrive back outside of the entrance of Faith itself, the volcano. You take a look around to get your bearings, and the first thing that you see is both the entrance of the cavernway itself. You see off in the distance the town of Yilton. And you see a huge black pillar of smoke rising in the distance past Yilton, off into the far distance.
Is it the city we bug pop?
You wouldn't know right now. And as we leave this party here, although he has now disappeared, Athenos. Just emerging from the background.
Oh, slick.
Athenos, you find yourself appearing to the very familiar sound of gulls. Wood beneath your feet. You take a look to your left and to your right, and smile as the fresh sea air hits your lungs. You take a moment to drink this all in. And as we end the session, Athenos hears just one word. Athenos.
Damn it, Claudio. I was going to turn and immediately hug her.
It's a strong hug that wraps around you. A familiar one. As the camera pans out, we see Athenos being reintroduced to some of the crew that he had thought lost a long time ago. A beautiful, large galleon. And a beautiful day, ready to be sailed. That's where we'll wrap up the session. All right. Thank you so much, folks, for joining in and watching. This is unfortunately the last session for our good friend Drac here. We will also be losing Jen as Ishton as well. So we have two people that have other commitments that they need to go ahead and get sorted. So we are going to be missing both of them dearly as we continue onwards. We're going to go ahead and go around the horn here and just let everybody have a chance to plug what they want to plug, let people know what they're working on. We'll start off with Adam.
Oh, okay. When I'm not feeling like I'm gonna cry, I do post production for Mine and the Martyr. So check out our YouTube, check out our podcast. I add in music from like Sirenscape, and I'll Frankenstein some stuff, and make sound effects for some of the cool spells and stuff like that. So yeah, check it out.
All right, sure.
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm one of the administrators over at Thread Raiders. Come see me there. Be running a one-shot. My first time playing World of Darkness, and I'll be DMing here on September 24th. Check us out at, I believe we're doing 9 Eastern. Yeah, I'm gonna miss playing with Jen and Drac in this game, and it was wonderful playing with both of you, and I hope to play with you in future games. Yeah, and I'll save all the plugs and stuff for later.
That's understandable. Ty.
Hi, Ty here. Hitchhiker of the Mind. Catch me by DM Tuesday at twitch.tv/Hitchhiker of the Mind. Stagger. Other fall tabletops, twitch.tv/T. in there. Beyond Amends, that's the Critical Role campaign setting. Let's see, Echo Knight. Super Myths play. Back in. Super fun. And found some amazing stories that we got to explore that you don't get with everyone. So no matter what, make sure you follow where they're know that they're gonna bring those twists you don't expect, those things that make everything extra late to the amazingness. So don't check out them wherever they go. So grabbing the Draconics with the IQ US, and then the Genkoti 1N, not 2. And make sure you follow there and follow everything they do. They're amazing, wonderful people, and I'm gonna be starting every single week. Even if and the thing is, I know I'll play with them again, but like, it's not every single week, so I'm a little bitter, but it's okay.
Cole.
Hi. I'm Cole. You can find me on this channel usually. So I'll be here again next Monday and Tuesday and all that fun stuff. And I mostly just want to say that I feel incredibly lucky to have gotten to share a table with Drac and Jen. This game has been incredible, and you two are just joys to play with, and just you guys are just always interesting choices and just so easy to role play with. And yeah, I'm really, really sad to see you go. I have all my fingers and toes crossed that you like guest in the future or something, because I miss you already and you're not even gone yet. Yeah, thank you for being a part of this. I hope uni goes well and all your projects, and I can't wait to be at your table again.
You guys, man, god damn it.
So don't forget.
Look at this group. Were you expecting not to get love? Come on now.
And also everything that Ty said, make sure to follow Drac, because he's kind of amazing and he's going to be involved in so many things. So yeah, he's going places. So yeah.
And Drac.
I am Drac, or Draconics. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. And yeah, I'm in a bunch of things, but just find me on Twitter and you probably hear about them. Yeah, I'm gonna miss playing with you guys. It was a ton of fun. But yeah, unfortunately, time isn't as much of a construct as I would like it to be. Because I don't have much of it. But it was a ton of fun playing with you guys. Seriously, thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much to the wonderful cast, as always. Thank you, folks, for watching. I'm Ray. You can find me at Bitted Baymax. If you want to follow anything I'm in, just follow there. I'll save the plugs for another time. But yeah, I do want to take this chance just to say thank you to Drac and Jen for all the work they do behind the scenes at Forward as well. 1, they're incredible, and 2, it is super, super, super appreciated. I'm sure you will find both very, very soon while we're sorting out other shows, and we're sorting out charity drives and all of that nonsense. So yeah, go ahead and follow Jen on Twitter, go ahead and follow Drac on Twitter, and keep up to date. Okay, unless anyone has anything else to say. I think we're all pretty after that. Yeah, a big thank you to our sponsors, DM Emporium, So Nodeware, and Grinding Coffee. We're going to do a little credit roll. Stick around for that, and we're going to go ahead and throw a raid out to our wonderful friends at Thread Raiders. Ha, we're raiding the Raiders. Yes. Yeah, stick around for that. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, look after yourselves, wash your hands, wear a mask, keep moving forward. We'll catch you soon.